Being able to truly look at a client or a prospect and say, yes, we can do that on any client, anywhere in the world, on any subject as it relates to risk management is fantastic.
ComEd is modernizing the electric grid to enable more solar power and charge more electric vehicles. The transition to a clean, all-electric future is boosting Northern Illinois' economy and creating local, good-paying jobs for the diverse communities ComEd serves. Each and every one of them. It's all part of the brighter future we see for Chicagoland. Clean energy careers and record reliability. Powered by ComEd.
I'm so glad you're my personal shopper.
I'm your bodyguard.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Day and night, right?
I actually only work the day shift.
Well, then who am I talking to at 3 a.m.?
I think you're confusing me with your Discover card again?
I am?
Yeah, it's their 24/7 customer service. They also protect you from fraud on unauthorized purchases.
Oh, really?
24/7 customer service.
What do you protect me from?
Mostly yourself?
And $0 fraud liability.
Oh.
Empire Today here to show you the easiest way to get new floors. Shop at home. Empire brings samples to you. Hundreds of options. Carpet, hardwood, tile, vinyl, and laminate. We'll help you pick the right floor and measure your rooms for free. You'll get a price estimate for your entire job, and you can even finance it right on the spot. It's that easy. Shop for floors at home. That's Empire Today.
800-588-2300
Today.
Finding a reputable business shouldn't require luck or chance. But how can you tell who you can trust? Pro tip, the BBB connects people with businesses they can trust. So think of the BBB as the better, check with the BBB first, because better businesses are honest and commit to high ethical standards bureau. That's why they're better. Always look for the sign of a better business and find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Welcome to this year's 27th Annual Better Business Bureau Torch Award for Ethics ceremony. As past recipients of the Torch Award, we recognize its significance. This award embodies the Better Business Bureau's mission of advancing trust in the marketplace. Today, we celebrate those who raise the bar and set the new standard for ethics in the workplace. On behalf of Fox Valley Auto Group, we would like to congratulate this year's award recipients and thank the Better Business Bureau for its continued guidance.
Hi, everybody. What a beautiful crowd we have today. Dan Hampton here, and I'd like to welcome everyone to the BBB Torch Awards. Okay, let's do this.
I want to thank the Better Business Bureau for building a platform for all of us to look inward and to become the best versions of ourselves.
Like many of you, we aspire to have a positive impact on all of those we engage with.
I can't think of anything that represents these values better than receiving this award today.
As longtime members of the BBB, we see firsthand the good work that they do in advocating for businesses here in the greater Chicago area.
It is an absolute privilege and honor to be recognized for this achievement.
Thank you so much to everyone, and this has given us the confidence as we grow our family business.
It is our sincere hope that other firms like ours join the BBB, embrace the mission and vision, and strive to uphold the extraordinary ethical standards of trust and conduct with their clients and the community.
Today we begin a new tradition at the Better Business Bureau. We have created a Torch Hall of Fame award, and our first recipient is Hosea Sanders. It's my honor and privilege to give you this award, the first recipient of this. Thank you so much for everything you've done, buddy.
I'm just incredibly moved by this. Thank you to Steve and the board for this honor. And I will never, ever, ever forget this, and I treasure it.
Please welcome to the stage BBB's President and CEO, Steve Bernas.
Thank you, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. It's our 27th annual Torch Awards. The times go by so fast. We should be golfing today, though. It's a nice, beautiful day out there. Couldn't pick the perfect day. I think it's our warmest ever. So I'd like to thank everybody for coming today. It's greatly appreciated. For those who don't know me, I'm Steve Bernas with the Better Business Bureau, CEO and President. Only been here a short time, just 36 years and counting. So I can't wait for the next 36 years. So as I'm thanking people, I'd also like to thank our judges. Our judges really have done a lot of work. We had 20 judges this year. They did a lot of time, energy, and effort into working on these torch entries as well. I'd like them to have to stand up, please. The judges in the back, please stand up and be recognized. Thank you so much. And Tom Johnson told me, don't worry, you'll be invited next year again. Thank you so much. Also, a special thank you to our board. We have a special new Torch Awards committee, so you'll see some more changes coming up in the next few years as well. We have 3 of them here with us today. Kip Reed from Old Second National Bank, Jody Bajer from NBC TV, and Dr. Rhonda Henderson as well. Thank you so much for being on the committee. This year is a little bit unusual. We have a lot of our previous winners here with us today. That's why this ballroom is filled, and we'd like to thank those previous winners of the Torch Awards who really shine a light on ethics in the marketplace. I'd like them to please stand after being called, and please hold your applause until the end. I'd like everybody at the table from their company to please stand with them. Advantage Chevrolet, Assets Biz Corp, Big Red Rooster Flow, CDW Computers, our first winner in 1998, Clear Channel Outdoor, Empire Today, Engage Wealth Group, Inland Real Estate Group of Companies, IPM, Integrated Project Management, Iverson Painting, Liberty Bank for Savings, Midwest Moving and Storage, Pulse Technology, Tasty Catering, the Inland Real Estate Group of Companies, Webbit Services, Wintrust Financial Corporation. Please, thank you very much. I'd like to thank some of our key sponsors today who make this event happen year after year. Our gold sponsors today are ComEd, Discover Financial Services, Empire Today, and Fox Valley Auto Group. A big round of applause for them. Thank you. I also thank you, our great media sponsors today, including, of course, ABC7. We have Jason Knowles here today in the audience. Thank you, Jason, for coming out. WGN Radio, WGN TV, NBC5 Chicago, and the Chicago Tribune as well. Thank you so much. This year we have a special treat for our winners. Chris Pizzello, branch president Chicago of Clear Channel Outdoor, will run some digital billboards. You'll see on the screen there. They'll be running for 2 weeks, I believe, with all the winners throughout Chicago. So look on up and see them coming up. So thank you so much, Clear Channel Outdoor. We greatly appreciate it. And Dave Chappie, our board member from Chicago Tribune, took a full-page ad in today's newspaper. You'll see the ad coming up shortly, hopefully. And it's in Chicago's Tribune today. Thank you so much for that. Our media partners have provided important coverage to the BBB, which this year averaged up to 55 million Nielsen audiences. 55 million, folks. That's larger than the people in Canada as well. It's great. So much helpful for the media folks. It's so important to get our message out there. Today we had our message on Good Morning America. They cover one of our pieces this morning as well. But the media has been very good to us and very helpful in getting our message out about the BBB. A special thanks to our platinum sponsor and 3-time Torch winner, the Inland Real Estate Group. Thank you for your continued support of the Better Business Bureau. Congratulations on your hat trick as well, your 3rd time winning it as well. And a special thanks for funding one of our Better Business Bureau Awards scholarships as well. Thank you so much, Tim. You'll hear more about the scholarships in a little bit from our chairman, Alan Rodriguez. And finally, I'd like to thank our presenting sponsor, Gallagher. We are so honored to have Gallagher as part of our BBB family. What a great organization. They truly make ethics the cornerstone of their organization, both locally, nationally, and internationally as well, in all the countries they serve. Please welcome Tom Tropp, Global Chief Ethics Officer at Gallagher, to the stage. Tom?
Thank you. We were honored 3 years ago to receive the Torch Award. It's a huge honor, and it's made an impact on our company. In May of 2016, I had a phone call from a woman who introduced herself as Maureen Wozniak from the Better Business Bureau. And she wanted to have a meeting with me. And I thought, oh, Lord, who did what? Now, I'm going to be in trouble with the Better Business Bureau. I said, absolutely, come on out. And she sat down in my office and started talking about the things that the Better Business Bureau could do for us. We had a number of offices around the United States. We have 50,000 employees around the world. About half of them are in the United States. And a number of our offices had relationships with the Better Business Bureau, but we never had a national presence. And Maureen said, you know, a company like yours really should have a national presence. I thought, okay, so this is not where I'm in trouble, it's where she wants some money. Well, we got to talking, and all of a sudden, I can't remember, Maureen, maybe you remember, how we got on the subject, but she said something about Loras College in Dubuque, Iowa. And I said, you went to Loras College? And she said, yes. I said, you're a doo-hawk. And she said, yeah, I'm a doo-hawk. And I said, I'm a doo-hawk. We're both doo-hawks. Where do I sign? Anything you want. Now, the doo-hawk, I'm sure all of you know what a doo-hawk is. It is the mascot for Loras College. It's a mythical bird. And when people go to Loras, they are doo-hawks. When they graduate from Loras, they're doo-hawks. When they die, they're still doo-hawks. This is a big deal. So Maureen said, I said, well, fine, where do I sign, Maureen? I didn't even ask her how much this is going to cost me. It was a huge decision for us, a huge positive decision. One of the biggest problems we have in our company, and you have in your companies, is understanding what people think of you. Now, we can do surveys, we can ask people for information, but you really never get clear input. We believe that the Better Business Bureau gives us a report card. Monthly, we hear how we're doing out there, how people are responding to us. Now, I'm telling you, with 25,000 people in the United States, right now, I can tell you 250 of them are doing something we need to fire them for. We just don't know about it, right? The Better Business Bureau gives us that report because those people who are negatively impacted will contact the Better Business Bureau. We get A's and B's. We get a lot of A's and B's, but we get some C's and D's also. And the C's and D's are the ones that we need to focus on. It has been incredibly valuable to our company, and we are believers in the Better Business Bureau. My job today is to introduce our next speaker, and this is an honor for me because I've been a big fan of this guy for a long time. John Pletz is a journalist with Crane Chicago Business. He writes primarily on three subjects: technology, aviation, and cannabis. I didn't know what that was, so I called Maureen and I said, Maureen, what the heck is cannabis? I said, we never had that stuff in Dubuque, Iowa, did we? Well, she hung up on me, so I figured she knew what it was. In any event, it's my great honor to introduce John to the stage. John Pletz.
All right. Tom, it is an eclectic mix of topics that I cover, roughly under the heading things that can take off and get you high. That's how we do it. All right. I do not. So good afternoon, everybody. I want to thank you so much for being here, particularly on a day like this when it's really tempting to be playing hooky and doing something else outside. So thanks for taking time out. Steve and Tom asked me to talk a little bit about ethics and journalism and business. And I promise you it's not an oxymoron, nor should it bring to mind the quip that's famously attributed to Gandhi when he was asked what he thought about Western civilization, and he replied, I think it would be a good idea. As Jose and our other friends from WGN and the Tribune and other folks in the media can assure you, we take ethics seriously in this business, starting with our commitment to the facts. Despite what you may hear about fake news, anyone who's worked in a newsroom learned the hard way that if you get the facts wrong, from spelling somebody's name to an address, if an editor doesn't catch it, a reader or a viewer will. And you're going to hear about it. I can tell you from personal experience, you can expect to hear about mistakes, big and small, immediately. And the internet and mobile technology only means that there are even more fact checkers out there. I mean, that's crowdsourcing in action, and we live it every day. It doesn't mean, however, that we don't make mistakes. We do. And when we do, we own up to them, and we correct them, because it's the right thing to do. It's also the only way we're going to stay in business. You see, our product isn't just the latest story that's on the home page or on the printed page. It's our reputation and trust with readers and sources that's been built up over, in many cases, decades. And it's the same for all of you, the relationships that you've all built with your customers. It's about reputation and trust, and it's why the Better Business Bureau exists. So strong ethics, I think, make for strong businesses. And ethics, it's about making the right calls and the hard calls. And I'm reminded of one such call made a number of years ago by a former colleague of mine. He'd written a tough but fair story about someone he covered for years and who was no doubt the source of many a scoop. Nonetheless, he was now the CEO whose own calls were coming back to haunt him in the form of bets that they really weren't paying off for him or his investors. Before the story ran, the reporter called the CEO, and he told him it would be a tough story. He didn't pull any punches, but he wanted the CEO to hear it from him first. He owed him that. I don't think the CEO really liked the story all that much, but he continued to take the reporter's calls after it ran. He'd gotten a fair shake, and that's really all he could ask. That's a pretty good yardstick for whether or not you're being ethical. And it reminded of another story when it comes to ethics and decision-making that came from Oscar Munoz, the former CEO of United Airlines. He told a really interesting story a few months ago at a Cranes event. He was talking about the rather infamous incident several years ago when a passenger was beaten while being removed from a plane after refusing to give up his seat on an overbooked flight at O'Hare. You might recall that Oscar initially kind of blamed the passenger, pointed out that, it wasn't United's employees who beat the passenger, and, it wasn't even on a flight that was operated by United. And, as Oscar will tell you, the initial apology was tone deaf. But the story doesn't end there. So 4 days later, he goes on national television, and he ignores what the spin doctors and the lawyers were advising him. And rather than splitting legal hairs in an effort to defend the indefensible, he simply said, "This will never happen again." And he also said, "The airline's failures of policy and procedure and anything else are on me." Now, I'm thinking that it was a low point, for the airline. But things started to get better after that for both Munoz and the company. Over the next 4 years, over the next 2 years, United's revenue rose 14% after having been flat for a couple of years. Its profits went up 40%. And Oscar's takeaway was, it's never too late to do the right thing. And that's pretty good advice, I think, for running a company. Our commitments, all of our commitments to ethics and doing the right thing will no doubt be tested strenuously in the years to come. And what I'm thinking about is particularly with generative AI, which is the technology that's behind ChatGPT. It's incredibly powerful. It can do tremendous things in the blink of an eye. It is without a doubt the most sort of surprising advance I've seen in technology in 25 years. But as a lawyer in New York quickly found out recently, if you're not careful, you can get burned. It's up to you how you use it, when to use it, and to use it ethically. So I think it's a good reminder to all of us that if we aren't careful, our reputations and our trust can be wrecked in a blink of an eye. So thanks so much.
Thank you, John, for an excellent presentation. We greatly appreciate it. We also share a common purpose with the Cranes about empowering success of businesses, and that's important to the Better Business Bureau, as you all know. A couple of quick reminders. We are the door prizes, so if you did not fill it out, please do so. We have some gift cards at the end, and winners must be present. And also failed to mention, we have a lot of live viewers. We're streaming live all across the U.S. from family and friends of our winners, so I just want to welcome them to our event today as well. One thing I'd like to talk about today briefly is Think of Business Month, as you see on the screen right here. This is where we created this at the Better Business Bureau. We kicked it off on November 1st with our marketing guru, Jay Elliott. And now it has taken off all across North America, all the Better Business Bureaus involved in this. And really, we're asking customers who deal with outstanding businesses to thank them. A lot of times we talk about the Better Business Bureau, it's scam related. If it bleeds, it leads, and things of that nature. But there's thousands and thousands of companies that you love and respect and honor. We want you to thank them, not only during the November, but all throughout the year. But this month especially, like if you could please leave a review for your favorite companies, your pet sitter, your baker, whatever it may be, your auto dealer, insurance company, anything like that. Just please leave a positive review at bbb.org/thanks. And we want this throughout the year as well, but customer reviews are very important. And I've been doing this for a long time, as you know. A lot of our credit business says, well, I don't need customer reviews. Well, you don't know that. You know, like take my daughter, for instance, who's getting married soon, and she's looking up vendors, and she said, I'm doing business with this company. And I said, why? He goes, they have no customer reviews. I know nothing about them. So some customers, some consumers, especially the younger generation, do respect customer reviews. So we're asking you, please, if you have the opportunity, please this month sometime, give thanks to the businesses that you know and love and trust and have helped you out in many situations for the betterment of the organization itself. And throughout the year, we are an agency that takes these customer reviews. So we want to be known for that moving forward. Now, for one of my favorite announcements of the year, as you know, please let me welcome back Hosea Sanders from ABC7. You got a couple minutes. He's one of our favorite MCs of this event. He's a staple of this event as well. And last year at this time, we introduced him as the Torch Hall of Fame award we give to leaders of great companies and organizations who have meant a difference in the Torch Awards ceremony. And it's legends of this, and who's a better legend than Hosea Sanders, as we all know. Hosea, you were our first choice, was unanimous last year. I forgot to tell you this. Well, almost unanimous. There was one vote for Oprah and one for Taylor Swift, but we got you on that. Since last year's Torch Award, though, Hosea was given the coveted Silver Circle Award from the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences. Recognizing professionals who have performed distinguished service within the television industry for 25 or more years. Congratulations, Hosea, on that. I was proud to do the video for him. They asked me to give a speech about him as well. I was proud to do that, but I apologize. I accidentally sent the wrong file. I sent a blooper video of Hosea dropping the Torch Awards. So that played at this event as well. I was very proud to see that on the big screen. I was out there to see him. I didn't put it on the screen today because you guys seen it enough, but it is on YouTube and it'll be there forever. So just type in Hosea drops BBB award and you'll see it. And he likes you when you see it. There's like thousands of views on this. But again, last Saturday, he also collected another Emmy, which I believe is number 19 Emmys. Congratulations. We all know Jose's in a league of his own. Just ask him, he'll tell you, right? Please give it up for our, Hosea Sanders, our MC today. Thank you so much.
Hello, everybody. That's my brother, and see, that's brother love. They do you that way. I love Steve Bernas. But right now, I'm looking around to see if anybody's going to sneak on stage like they did last year. They ambushed me. I had no idea my colleagues from ABC7, where's ABC7 folks at? See, I want to know where you're at this year, So if I see you coming, I know to run. That was so emotional, and I still get the chills. And as the kids say, I get all the feels when I see that video and know that you thought that much of me to give me a little something, something. So I appreciate that a whole lot. And I think it might be a Freudian slip, Steve, because I used to work for the telephone company a long time ago, and we talked about that. But a long time ago. And telling people where to find the video, that's just not right. Just like it wasn't right when he sent the video to the TV station the moment I dropped the awards. That's what family does for you, I tell you. And it lives on and on and on in this digital world. I am so incredibly blessed to be back here with you once again. Sometimes I'm always surprised that they ask me to come back. but yet here I am, and there you are, and we're here to celebrate the good things that you guys do all year long. I love the BBB, and like Steve said, there's a motto that the BBB has on the shield. It says, the sign of a better business. And that's what you guys are. And you're not only the better business, but the best business. Let's change this to the Best Businesses, Best Business Association Bureau, because you are the best at what you do and the best businesses in this country. And I'm just proud to be a part of the recognition of people doing the good things in life. I do a segment also at ABC7 called Chicago Proud, and that is what I am today. I am Chicago proud of all of you guys and all of the beautiful, beautiful work you do for our consumers. So give yourselves a round of applause right now for being Chicago's best. Thank you for making integrity and ethics important cornerstones in each of your organizations. So coming up a little later, we will induct the second member of the Torch Award Hall of Fame. The second. I'm the first. Don't forget that. It's like Steve said, don't forget it. I'm the first. Anyway, and we're also going to hear from the chair of the BBB Foundation, my friend Alan Rodriguez. But right now, let's kick off the 2023 Torch Awards. And this year we have 8 Chicago Region Torch winners and 3 Rockford Region Torch winners. So let's start off with our Chicago region and our Firestarter Award right now. Of course, you know, Chicago is home to many startups and the business incubators as well, which makes our first award so very, very exciting. The Firestarter Award category is exclusively for newer businesses who've been operating for 1 to 3 years. Organizations any older than that then become eligible for one of the standard Torch Awards. Now, to present this award, here is last year's winner, Ed Jertson. Ed?
Hello, everybody. It's great to be the first to speak. So we are thrilled to be back here on stage to recognize this year's Firestarter Award. As a recipient of last year's Firestarter Award, we were humbled to be recognized for what we do day in and day out in serving our business owners and our families with the highest ethics and fiduciary standards. So it is with great enthusiasm that we pass the torch and extend our congratulations to this year's Firestarter Award winner, E&N Electric. Please join me in welcoming Natalie Martinez, owner of E&N Electric, to the stage.
Thank you, Ed. Hi, everyone. I would like to begin by thanking the Better Business Bureau for acknowledging the hard work my husband and I have put into the almost 3 years that we've been running E&N Electric. We are incredibly honored and grateful to have received this award. I would also like to thank my husband, Elder Cortez, because without him, I would not be standing here. He unfortunately was unable to attend this event, but I know he would have loved to be in the room full of accomplished individuals like yourselves. And I would have loved to have been able to say this speech in front of him. Finally, I would like to congratulate everyone for all the effort that you have put into doing what's best for your clients, your employees, and the community surrounding your businesses. I hope your businesses continue to prosper. Thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations. I appreciate that. Good job. Good job. Now, our next award is for the women-owned and operated category. Now, here to present this award is Arlena Williams, who's Rotary Club President of Chicago and a great partner of BBB Torch Awards. Please welcome her to the stage.
Thank you, Jose. Good afternoon, and I'm excited today to represent the Rotary Club of Chicago and our amazing partnership with the Better Business Bureau. As a founding club of the Rotary International, we were founded by businessmen who want to commiserate with like-minded, service-oriented businessmen in their community. Much like the Better Business Bureau works with ethical, community-minded, and trusted businesses in our community. All of the businesses awarded today align perfectly with our four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And is it beneficial to all concerned? Our partnership with the BBB and support of the Torch Awards is something we are very proud of and look forward to expanding into the future. And with that, I am extremely honored, as also a women-owned business owner, to present this year's women-owned and operated winner, Lenity Financial. Please welcome CEO and founder, and as I just found out, fellow Rotarian, Lisa Conrath-Bova.
I first want to thank God for this blessing. And thank you to the Better Business Bureau team and judges. What a remarkable honor. This was the third attempt at winning, and I would not be here today without my business partner and husband, Mark Bova. Thank you for your support and contributions every step of the way. Lenity has received a few honors in our short time in business. Standard & Poor's Global has written that Lisa and Mark Bova of Lenity Financial are industry thinkers. They invited us to New York to interview us based on how we work with our clients and how we think about investing. That interview was available around the world on Asset TV, and of course, we were proud of that industry honor. And we were voted Best Financial Advisor in Kane County this year, votes that could only have come from our clients, and of course, we were incredibly honored. But winning the Torch Award to us means that what's in here is out there for the world to see. It is validation of who we are at our core and how we continue to strive as a business. When creating our business, we knew our approach was different and wanted to make it clear that we were different. For example, providing kind and compassionate financial advice was so important to us that we named our business after it. Lenity has a dictionary definition, and that is kindness and compassion. And we are a fiduciary, which simply but importantly means that we must place our clients' interest above our own. This year, as we completed the application again, we realized that the process is an important way to measure how we're doing towards our goals of the highest ethical standards, high integrity, how we're impacting our community in a positive way. Are we doing enough? So we have made it. We have earned this coveted Torch Award, but we won't stop now. We know we can't win again for, I think it's 3 years, but we'll be completing the application again next year as it's become a part of our business process to remain accountable to who we mean to be at Lenity. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. That was a nice speech. Very nice speech. I like that. If you noticed very carefully, they're not letting me touch the award. Steve is a buffer. We learned our lesson very well. And I, as a matter of fact, asked not to touch it. Don't even blame me. I'm not insured that well. So congratulations to the folks at Lenity. It sounds like a wonderful company and a well-deserved award. We have more great Torch Award winners coming up in just a few minutes, but right now, just want to take a moment to announce this year's winner of the BBB Torch Hall of Fame Award. Of course, I was surprised and actually, ambushed again last year with the award by Steve. So I was deeply honored to win the Torch Award, Hall of Fame Award, but also to have several of my colleagues from ABC7 here to jump on stage and surprise me with that. They got me, and they got me good. But this year, such a special award, and it's my pleasure to announce this year's recipient. We got a good one. Dan Goodwin, who's chairman and CEO and founder of Inland Real Estate Group of Companies. Dan couldn't be here with us in person today, but I know you will appreciate Dan's acceptance video. Take a look at this.
Dan Goodwin is a visionary with the skills to recognize opportunities before the competition and challenges before they become problems.
He is the eternal optimist. He's such a Renaissance man who knows a little bit about everything.
He has the uncanny ability to recognize strengths in people and helps them bring those strengths forward.
He comes from a humble background, and he wants to continue to learn more no matter what your age. He knows he can learn from you.
He has always conducted business in the way that he's conducted his life, with the highest ethics and the highest integrity.
He doesn't compromise integrity and doing good for the community and his employees when he's trying to achieve those profitable endeavors. His background is in teaching.
Everybody knows he's a teacher at heart.
I was a precocious 8th grader when I landed in Mr. Goodwin's science class at May School. He was my teacher from the very first day I met him. Mr. Goodwin's kind nature and the way he connected with me and the other students had a really profound influence over the trajectory of my life.
He hasn't given that up, and he's been teaching ever since.
He is like a father figure and a true leader.
He genuinely cares about people, and he'll go the extra mile to teach them whatever he's learned, to inspire them to show up as being their best self.
As a result of his past, he likes to give back.
He's done such a lot of charitable work with creating affordable housing, certainly with education, with some of the universities that he's affiliated with.
Mr. Goodwin I believe, has left an impression in the lives of a lot of people.
We all feel like we're a part of something important around him. I'd like to say, Dan, thank you so much for the many wonderful years I've worked with you at Inland. You are certainly one of the most deserving people I could ever imagine for this opportunity. So congratulations, Mr. Goodwin. It's a well-deserved award.
I also want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. You have been an inspiration to me, and I appreciate all that you've done for me. Thank you and congratulations.
You have taught all of us how to conduct business and our lives in the right way, with integrity, with ethics, and with honor.
Mr. Goodwin, thank you for everything you have done for my family and myself, but more importantly for our community. You clearly have made a difference in the world, and it is a wonderful life because of Dan Goodwin.
Wow. Isn't that beautiful? What a beautiful tribute. And what wonderful words from his colleagues and coworkers and friends. Well, I'm not worthy to be in the category with this man. Here to accept the Torch Hall of Fame Award on Dan's behalf is Inland's Chief Marketing Officer and EVP, Rich Drury. Rich.
You know what's amazing about that video? I know every one of those people in that video, and none of them were scripted. We got the request to interview a few employees. Those employees volunteered gratefully, and they spoke from the heart. And I think if you went up to any one of the thousands of Inland employees across the country, they would say the same things about Dan. But what I would say about every one of those employees is not only have they learned from Dan, who's the consummate teacher, but they've also have embodied his spirit. Inland isn't a 3-time Torch Award winner simply because we've done things well a few times. It's because of the culture that Dan has instilled in the organization. And on behalf of Dan Goodwin, who unfortunately couldn't be with us today, I would like to express his heartfelt thanks for this award. He truly, as was said in the video, embodies the principles of integrity and ethics in his personal as well as in his business life. And Dan has been an active member of the BBB since 1972. I think it was a couple years after Steve joined. And he expressed to me countless times his admiration and support for the vital role that the BBB plays as a catalyst for business ethics and integrity, as an organization that sets the standard that we all aspire to. In fact, he said to me, not once, not twice, but many times, if the BBB didn't exist, we'd have to invent it because it's indispensable for both businesses and consumers alike. And especially things like the customer reviews that Steve talked about, we pay attention to them, every single one. And they are vital, and the radical transparency that the BBB brings to that process is welcomed by all businesses and consumers alike. Finally, this award is especially meaningful to Dan and frankly to all of us from Inland because the company that he leads and that he co-founded more than 50 years ago, the Inland Real Estate Group, as you heard, is a 3-time Torch Award winner. Now that type of corporate culture and organizational DNA that it takes to achieve such a milestone doesn't happen by accident. It comes from the top, from Dan's leadership, from his relentless pursuit of ensuring that phrases such as doing business the right way or always putting investors and customers first aren't just some feel-good marketing platitudes. Instead, they're the North Star of everyone who works at the Inland Real Estate Organization. So for Dan and for anyone who works at Inland, living up to the meaning of those words on a day-to-day basis is, simply put, non-negotiable. So again, on behalf of Dan Goodwin, a heartfelt thanks to the BBB board, to Steve, and all of you here today for this tremendous honor. He said he is particularly thrilled to be joining Hosea Saunders in the Torch Award Hall of Fame. And personally, I'd like to say Buzz Aldrin has done a pretty good job as second for walking on the moon next to Neil Armstrong. So Dan and all of us who work with him will always cherish this award. Thank you.
Thank you, Rich. That was nicely done. Let's give him a round of applause. Very nice. That's some mighty fine pinch hitting there, sir. I want to once again recognize you guys because it's so good to see everybody because, you know, this couple of years we couldn't do this. The pandemic had us all at home, and I only saw people in little boxes. And Steve and I actually did the awards a couple of times, you know, virtually. So I'm just glad to be able to have to put on some pants this time to do the whole thing. And you guys look good fully clothed as well. So we are so glad to be here to celebrate and don't have to be socially distanced unless you just want to be, But we're all ethical, so we love each other here. So we're all good and close. Congratulations once again to Inland. What a great bunch of winning businesses we have talked about so far. Heartfelt congratulations again to Dan, to Natalie, and to Lisa, and to all of your respective staff members. Now, we want to go on to present some awards now. I know you're waiting on that. Some awards for this year. Audience, of course, eager to learn who's got those worthy mentions and those the accolades from your peers this year. So let's get to it. But first, we'd like to remind our 2023 winners to stick around for some additional photos after the ceremony in the ballroom foyer, because I know once you get it, it's still a work day, so a lot of people want to scatter and get back to doing those workplace ethics things, but we need to take some pictures to commemorate the activity today and recognize the honor. Now, to our 2023 Torch Award for 1 to 9 employee category. This year's winner is Integrity Home Interior Designs. Please help me welcome to the stage the owner, Josh Fisher. Josh.
All right, prepared a speech might be a little too long here, so we'll try and chop it down a little. My name is Josh Fisher. I'm the owner and operator of Integrity Home Exterior Designs. First, we're very humbled to be here today. We're thankful to the BBB for the platform that they provided where consumers can actually vet the local businesses, decide whose morals and values line up with what they're seeking. A little quick bit about who we are. We're a home exterior contracting company, primarily focused in roofing. Was raised around small town values in a family business on the other side of Iowa. From the time I was old enough to ride a bicycle, I had required work hours at the family business. I had the benefit of working in various roles in construction alongside the grandfather, my father, my uncles. I got to see how they treated their teams and their customers and the relationships that they built with them. So essentially, any career is comprised of one opportunity after another to prove yourself to your customers, your peers, your superiors, but most importantly to your team through your moral values of integrity, honesty, ethics, commitment, character, but at the end of the day, just simply choosing to do the right thing. These values are developed behind the scene through years and years of day-to-day actions. They transition directly into how we manage our business, though. These values are what separates iHead from a sea of other roofing and gutter contractors. They come from lessons in life, learning how to treat others based on how you'd want to be treated. Since the inception of Integrity HED, we've held above all our commitment to our customers to practice what we preach. We will not overpromise. We strive to overdeliver. The contracting industry as a whole can be a daunting experience to the average homeowner. We want to be a beacon of light, and we pride ourselves on having the most informed customers. At Integrity HED, our priority is developing a well-informed customer through a process of transparency and realistic expectations. Our team goes above and beyond the competition with ongoing industry training. We ensure we're passing along the most accurate information, as well as implementing the best strategies and procedures. None of this is possible singularly. This has to be a team effort to be successful. I want to dedicate this award to everyone that's helped us in our mission, from our installers in the field to our suppliers who keep the jobs moving, customers that gave us a chance when they didn't know who we were, and the customers that referred us to their friends and family. Most importantly to our families, though, they support us through the long hours, the late nights, giving recognition and reassurance to nourish us when we're feeling weary. I would like to thank Wendy back here. She's the most selfless person I've known. She exemplifies the principles that I've been discussing. This award is mostly her doing, and I'm sure if she would up here, it'd be the same message, but she'd probably have presented it better. So, integrity is the name of our business for a reason.
Congratulations, Josh. See, that wasn't too long. That was a perfect speech, perfect length. Congratulations to you. Now, our next award is the 10 to 49 employees category. The recipient of the Torch Award in this category is Webbit Services. Accepting the award on behalf of the Webbit team is Jim Bonacorsi, who's their Chief Revenue Officer. Please welcome Jim.
It's an honor and a privilege to be accepting this Torch Award for Ethics on behalf of our founder, CEO for 27 years, Eric Rieger, and each and every one of our employee owners at Webbit Services, an IT managed service provider and cybersecurity company. Eric Rieger and Webbit Services are driven by trust, truth, and transparency, and are dedicated to reducing the income inequality gap through employee ownership. Our clients make the world a better place, and we amplify their impact through our partnership. We set businesses up for success with our values-driven technology, solutions, support, and strategy. As past and very proud recipients of the Torch Award, we appreciate and are honored to receive this recognition again this year. We would like to express our appreciation to the Torch Award judges, committees, and the entire Better Business Bureau for all their time and efforts spent on behalf of the business community. Webbit Services runs on an EOS platform, doing what you love with people you love, making a difference in the world, being compensated appropriately, with time to pursue other passions. We appreciate the mission and vision of the BBB to uphold the ethical standards of trust and conduct with clients. The BBB accreditation seal shows our commitment to integrity, ethical business practices, and customer service. Again, it's an honor and a privilege to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. I like that. What was it? Compensated appropriately? That's everybody remember that part, because sometimes we forget that part in the chasing of the business model. You have to pay the people to do the work, and then you really love the people you work with. Just, it's just for me to hear, for what it's worth. Our next category is for the 50 to 99 employee category. And I'm very proud to present the 2023 Torch Award in this category to Next Door and Window. Accepting the award today is Justin Barkley, their founder and CEO. Justin.
I grew up working for my father. And I think I probably had one of the greatest jobs. I got to drive all around Chicago from north to south, mostly in the alleys, installing garage doors. And I learned so much about just quality work, taking care of the customer, and problems. Because home improvement is basically it's a problem-solving business. And like most of us here, I think problems will define our success in business. If you have a problem and you can take care of the customer, you're probably going to have a customer for life. And if you leave it hanging, you're going to probably lose a customer for life, and they're going to tell all their friends and family and maybe 1,000 people online not to deal with you. So in 2002, we started Next Door and Window, which is a door and window replacement company. And again, based on my father's advice, he said, call the Better Business Bureau and get involved, become members. So we did that because we wanted a guide to help us to create a great customer experience. And today we have about 99 team members, and we've worked with over 20,000 homeowners in this area. And I think we've been able to create a great culture of trust and integrity and service, and all of our team members are empowered to be the one to make a difference in the customer's life today. So we thank the Better Business Bureau for being our guide on this journey. And we thank you for this Torch Award for Marketplace Ethics. Most importantly, we want to thank our team at Next Door and Window for their relentless commitment to improving the lives of our customers and communities. So thank you.
Congratulations to Johnson and everyone at Next Door and Window. We have more great winners for you in just a moment, but right now we have a very special guest I'd like to introduce to you. For those of you who are not aware, the Better Business Bureau has a great foundation, and we are so happy to have Alan Rodriguez, who's the chairman of the foundation, with us today. Please welcome my friend Alan to the stage.
Isn't Hosea the best? How's he doing so far? I told him, I said, I'm so embarrassed about how I'm dressed because he looks so great. I got to check with his tailor. It's always an honor to say hello with you at this event regarding our foundation. It's a privilege for me to be the volunteer chair of the foundation. Isn't this a great photo? What do you think? Oh, it's not there yet. I'm always ahead, that's the problem. So you tell me when it comes up on screen. There we go. So our signature event, most of you know, is our golf event that we do every year in July. And this benefits the foundation so that we can do the good work that we do. So how many of you, let me start there, how many of you were one way or another at the golf outing this past year? Okay, that's good. So I'm seeing about a third of you raise your hand. So that means the rest of you will be there next year and next July to put this down. So, by the way, you also see there, Dan Hampton, who you saw earlier today, and a great group. We had a great, fantastic day. How could you not feel good about doing something good for the foundation where it helps others, and at the same time, doing some golfing in good weather? Isn't that a good mix? Okay, you're a little weak, but okay, but that's a good mix. All right, so that was a great day. It's our signature event, and then that benefits the next slide that's going to come up. So it benefits our scholars. So every year we give about 4 to 5 scholars. As you heard earlier about Dan Goodwin and Inland, so Inland Group also gave us a specific scholar award as well. So thank you, Inland Real Estate Group. And so we had 5 this year because of their extra support. And so our scholars are the purpose of the Scholar Award for them is it kind of gives them some gap funding. Most of our scholars would not be able to go to college if they didn't have extra support. So we kind of give them that extra gap support where the foundation supports them. And then also something spectacular we did this year is that, regrettably, most of our scholars have never even been on a golf course, yet alone a country club golf course. So we invited them to come out for the full day to see what that is like, because we want to show them the future, that when they get an education and they're successful like you, they'll be able to then golf at some of these kind of places. I assume a lot of you golf. And I know Steve does a lot. So we gave them that opportunity, and then they were able to meet with many of you who were there and say hello and network. That was really exciting for them to help them build up their LinkedIn and kind of build their future a little bit. And then also we gave them an opportunity to meet with a pro and do a little putt-putt stuff. I think they even beat Tim at putt-putt. Didn't they beat you, Tim? And so they did that as well. So that was a nice thing that we did to help benefit the scholars. And also you see there in the background in the blue shirts, we're privileged to have our foundation board, and a couple of them are here today, Dr. Rhonda Henderson and Alex Felton, who are back there as well. Thank you. So that's our group of scholars, and then also our next slide will show that among other things that the foundation does is that we do a lot of education, and these days remaining a hot topic, unfortunately, is that there's a lot of tech scams that are still happening. So we host different events throughout the city. On the right or left there, you see Steve Bernas, who's well known by the world. And then in the other background, you see at a distance Dennis Horton. Dennis Horton is our director of our Rockford office, and where we're doing cybersecurity awareness for small businesses to educate them about those dangers. And then next year, we're also looking to do AI in terms of artificial intelligence, things to watch out for. So these are other advancements that we do at our Speakers Bureau. We also support consumers and seniors. And then lastly, we also support our military friends, where we're looking to reimagine that in 2024. So those are some things that we've done with your support. None of this is possible without you supporting our golf outing. So we're so appreciative of that. And then lastly, as this is the season of, that means the next slide. So as this is the season of thanks, let me first be sure to say, thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts by supporting the foundation, supporting the golf outing, allows us to do these things. We would love to support more scholars for next year as an example. We currently do 5. We'd love that to be 10. And so if you can remember us on Giving Tuesday, which is November 28th, or in terms of your end-of-year funding, that would be terrific. But mostly we'll also look forward to seeing you at the golf outing event next year. So since I saw about a third of hands, that tells me a lot more of you are coming next year. And so wouldn't you agree with me? Don't you want to have fun? All right, so mark that down and consider us on Giving Tuesday and year-end giving. So thank you so much. That's my little update for you. And back to our star tonight, our MC star, Hosea Sanders.
Isn't that the nicest request for money you've ever heard? Way to go, Alan. The foundation does great work, and it is, of course, worthy of your support. Now we want to continue with our awards. The next round is our 100 to 499 employee category, and passing the torch today is last year's winner, James Meagle, who is the Senior Vice President, Risk Officer, and IT for Liberty Bank and Savings. James.
Thank you. Winning the Better Business Bureau Torch Award for Ethics was a real honor for us. Since we were founded over 125 years ago, treating our customers with integrity has always been part of how we do business. But getting the recognition from the organization that sets the standards for ethical business practices was both a validation and an inspiration to keep doing what we are doing. While this year's winner is a project management company and we are a bank, we are both in the business of helping people, or in this case, organizations achieve their goals. This is an incredibly trusted position to be in. To do it with integrity, we find that it's simply a question of using the goal as your guiding principle. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce this year's winner, which is IPM, Integrated Project Management. Accepting their award is their founder, president, and CEO, Richard Panico. Congratulations.
Hosea, I don't know if you've considered going into show business, but I think you've got a good path there. You've got a very, very dynamic. First of all, I want to thank the BBB for continuing to promote and celebrate ethical deliberation and leadership. It's one thing to be thankful for this award. It's another to be thankful for an organization that's out there continually reminding us of what's most important, especially if you're part of an organization that is really looking at sustaining. This past September, we celebrate our 35th anniversary, which certainly is a milestone. For us, it's a milestone because when I started the company, the original business plan and my top objective and part of the vision was to establish a company that would celebrate its 100th anniversary. And being a South Sider, okay, I felt that that would take more than just business intelligence. Certainly it would take bringing together the right people, having values that are undeniably driving the company forward. I didn't believe that this vision could be accomplished without an obsession, a true obsession, to honesty, integrity, and ethical deliberation in everything that we did and do. If you ask all of our IPM family members across the United States, we have 7 offices, and ask them what are our 2 highest priorities, I would bet anyone in this room a dime against $1,000, that's a real bet, that every one of our IPM family members would tell you culture and quality. When they speak to culture, what does that really mean? Sustaining an environment where behaviors are consistently aligned with our fundamental values and where our ethical disposition is never compromised. I've never met an individual or business person that has sat across the desk either in an interview or in business dealings that when I asked the question about integrity, where they admitted that they lacked integrity. It's always been absolutely, I agree, business ethics top priority. My comeback question is, when does it really cost you? And no one in this room really knows how strong their ethical disposition is until it actually costs you. And I could tell you that in our company, it's cost us. We've had clients violate agreements. When they ask about settlements, and we've had some pretty significant settlements, we gave all that money to charity. They were surprised. And it didn't surprise me that they were surprised, because I wanted them to know that we could not be bought. You know, we live in a world today that is probably more difficult than ever because we've confused morality, we've confused ethics, we confuse what's legal with ethical. They are very, very different. There are a lot of things you could do legally that may not be ethical. So I ask you to consider when you're making decisions, what is both morally right and ethically right? I think we really do know. And ask yourself if you can be bought, because if you have a price, then you need to question your integrity. I am not a perfect person. I was raised on the South Side. Most of my friends did not go to college. There's only one other person who went to college who I'm still friends with. They were all policemen, firemen, tradesmen. I owned a gym on the South Side. There were guys that worked out of my gym that had done prison time. I understand what it takes to have courage, and I think today we need more courage than ever to stand up for what is right. So I have a couple last thoughts. If you're interviewing people, certainly you have to interview for talent, but first, hire for fit, alignment with your fundamental values. In our organization, talent does not trump behavior. So with that, again, I want to thank the BBB and just ask you to continue your work. Thank you.
You say where I come from, you better preach. All right. I hope you guys heard what he said, man. There's some powerful words. A great, great message. And put your money where your mouth is when we're talking about integrity and doing the right things. I can understand why these companies are being rewarded, and recognized is a better word today. The people who we've heard from so far have just been outstanding. Don't you agree? So our next category is for 500 to 1,499 employees. Please give a round of applause to this year's winner, Byline Bank. Accepting the award today is Tim Harrington, Senior Vice President, Business Banking Division Head. Congratulations to Tim.
My number one goal is not to fumble the award. I watched you do it last year. It was fun. How do you go after all those great speeches? Those were terrific. All those great companies. A couple of the award winners didn't even have notes or anything in front of them. I don't know how they do it. So congratulations to everybody else. And thank you to the Better Business Bureau Selection Committee for this award. Thank you to all the Byline employees. As bank, we work really hard to create a culture of excellence, teamwork, and we genuinely care for each other and our clients. Your actions are how we were able to measure our integrity for this nomination submission. We would be unable to say that without all the hard work we've done in the community and thousands of volunteer hours that we put in, partnerships with community not-for-profits, providing financial literacy. We would embrace the change with the owners. Oh my God, I am tanking. This is terrible. I'm fumbling. We'd like to embrace the change with the owners, if not for the great ideas put forth, create employee resource groups around grow better, and do all that, problem solve, and do better for our customers. The Byline team, because of your commitment, the things that matter, our customers and our community, this award is yours. Thank you also to our customers and our community. We've had a privilege of working with Chicagoland for over 100 years, only to be outdone by Liberty Bank, 125. We're in about 50 neighborhoods. We truly love getting to know our neighbors. And our neighborhoods, they're unique. Chicagoland is very unique. Your businesses and background and community. We're proud to walk alongside you as we pursue your dreams and write your own stories. We are proud to collaborate with you collectively and work towards making the world a better place for generations to come. Working with this community is what inspires us every day to go extraordinary lengths to achieve customers, great organizations like the Better Business Bureau, and finding Byline to deserve this award. Thank you all. Thank you for your patience with me.
I think that was outstanding. Congratulations, Tim, and everybody at Byline. It's a lot of y'all out there, and that light is bright too as well. So we're all about what you do for your customers, you know what I'm saying? Congratulations to your whole team. Now, and for our final Chicago Torch Award, the winner is for our largest category of 1,500 employees or more. This was an incredibly competitive category this year, but in the end, they selected a company that is no stranger to the Torch Awards. Congratulations once again to Empire Today. Accepting the award for Empire is Chris Granger, President of the Residential Division. Congratulations to Chris.
Good afternoon, everybody. A lot of you that are from Chicago know 588-2300, right? You know who we are, and it is an honor to be on the stage, a privilege as well to receive our fourth Ethics in the Workplace Award, the 4th. As a large business, as some of you in the audience know, it's difficult. It's cultural. It has to be built into your DNA. Every day, we send roughly 1,500 people into customers' homes to provide flooring estimates. So it's imperative that those 1,500 people know what our standards are and act according to those standards. A big challenge for us, we work at it every day. And the BBB is one of the checkpoints we have. Our relationship with the BBB next year is 50 years. 50 years. So our mission as a company is to make beautiful new floors easy. And we do that through a set of values. And one of those values is building trust through integrity. Building trust through integrity. A challenge every day for those of you that do in-home remodeling, and we had several winners, can appreciate the challenge that when you show up at somebody's house, there are high expectations, and if you're not on your A game on every visit, you have opportunities for failure. When those failures occur, that backbone, that code of conduct, those ethical standards are what allows you to weather the storm. So for those of you that are small businesses that are growing and you're here, congratulations. Congratulations, you're taking the right steps. For the winners, congratulations. It doesn't matter on the size of the business. If it's built into the DNA, it will sustain. So that's my message to you. I couldn't be prouder representing the thousands of Empire employees across the country, from Seattle to Miami and everywhere in between. We take this seriously. It is fantastic to be recognized by the BBB with this award. We take it seriously. So thank you, Steve. Thank you, Jose. Thank you to the entire BBB organization, top to bottom, top notch. They keep us on our toes every day, and it sets a standard for excellence that we embrace. So thank you.
Now, how many of you got that jingle in your head? It sticks with you. And my favorite part is when they say, today, Empire, today. Not just today, today. And every time I see that, I think about that's our BBB partner. And you know, that's a good company. Not just a big company with a great jingle, but it's an ethical company. So congratulations to Chris. And also congratulations to everybody, all of our Chicago winners today. Let's give them all a big round of applause. Now, before I turn it over to Dennis Horton, who's the director of the Rockford BBB, to announce the awards for the Rockford region, I just want to say thank you for having me back here again. Thank you for the acknowledgement of these wonderful companies. Thank you for your support of the BBB. And personally, thank you for your thoughts and prayers. I know we use that phrase a lot, but I know it's genuine for a lot of people here in this room. Thank you for your thoughts and prayers for me personally, as I've dealt with a lot of stuff, medical stuff, which continues. And I ask for your continued support. And I'm a man of faith, so keep on praying for me. And God bless each and every one of you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. We all attend a lot of lunches and dinners, and after that dinner, sometimes you just kind of want to fall asleep. But with Jose as our MC, that never happens. So I want to thank you all for being here today. The Rockford office opened 35 years ago, and I'm very proud to say that of those 35 years, I've been there for 23 of them. So back in 1987, when the president of the Rockford Chamber of Commerce contacted the Chicago BBB because they didn't have the capacity to handle consumer complaints efficiently, they also weren't able to handle education, business education, proficiently either. They weren't able to root out the good guys and the bad guys as well as the Chicago BBB was able to do. Steve was there when the doors opened. Steve's been everywhere when the doors are open. But along with a very special person, Jim Baumhart, our former CEO, his wife Barbara is here today. He was also one of the people who was my first guide, along with Steve, on what we do at the BBB. So Barbara, I want to thank you and Jim for that guidance. Steve and everyone helped to lay the foundation for the success of the Rockford office and future growth. I want to thank our advisory board for their support, again, the judges for the Rockford region entries, and Hosea again for your emceeing this year. And now I'm proud to present our first Rockford Region Award for the minority-owned and operated category. Please help me welcome our 2023 winner to the stage, Iconic Voice. Today we have their CEO with us, Lakayla Tellis. Congratulations, Lakayla.
Wow. Okay, so I'm extremely nervous. I didn't do a speech because I knew I wouldn't be able to focus to read. But I am so honored to be on this stage today. Thank you to the Better Business Bureau for your ability to keep businesses accountable. Iconic voice, so let me share with you. I do not sing, you don't want that. Iconic means distinctive excellence. And voice is a voice of greatness, leadership, and compassion in healthcare. I've been a nurse for 22 years, so I wanted to bring an iconic voice to what I do in my business and serve in my community. So I provide education. I teach CPR, I teach CNAs. So it is an honor to give back after 22 years. I do have a quick story I would like to share. I don't know if many people at the age of 8 or 9 years old hear of the name, the Better Business Bureau. That was my first memory. I was eight or 9 years old, and I was at a restaurant with my mother. She didn't like her food or something it was something the restaurant did to upset her. And she mentioned she was gonna report them to the Better Business Bureau. So I found out early on, I gotta do things right. I do not wanna, be reported to the Better Business Bureau. So, again, it is such an honor and it's validation because I know my mother is in heaven watching over me, seeing her daughter receive a Better Business Bureau Award. Thank you.
The second Rockford Region Award is for the category 10 to 49 employees. Here to pass the torch is our great winner from last year, Mike Tropp. He is president of Assets Biz Corp.
Well, good afternoon. Hello, everybody. I've been asked to comment about what it felt to win the award last year. And, you know, it's really hard to put into words how important it is, not only to our company, but our employees, our team members. And it's been an incredible honor for Assets Biz to receive this award. The recognition has strengthened our resolve to maintain the highest standards in all of our business endeavors. Winning the prestigious award last year was an unparalleled milestone and an affirmation of our unwavering dedication to excellence and ethical business practices. It represented not only a singular achievement, but a culmination of tireless effort, innovation, and a commitment to the values that define our organization. The recognition which was bestowed upon us last year underscored the impact of our work on both the industry and the community that we serve. It serves as a catalyst, inspiring us to push the boundaries. So we really did appreciate the recognition that we received. And it's my absolute privilege to pass on the torch. In the 10 to 49 employee category, everyone please put your hands together for Midwest Seamless Gutters and Siding. And today we have with us their president, Greg Green.
All right, well, it is an honor and a privilege to be accepting this award today from the Better Business Bureau. My name is Greg, and I started Midwest 17 years ago this month. The company was started with the experience that was passed down to me from 3 generations. My dad and my grandpa were in the industry, and my dad still works with me today. Now, being in a family that did construction, growing up in that, I learned a lot about business ethics in that time. But the most I ever learned was from a best-selling book that I read called the Bible. And I wanted to take this time to give all the glory and praise and thanks to God for blessing my company far more abundantly than I could ever think or imagine. My wife and I, we regularly volunteer to help out the local community. We help out with a youth group in our local city, and we think that's extremely important in raising up the next generation. We've seen some of the kids that are coming along, and there's some phenomenal minds. They're going to be a great generation that's upcoming, and we firmly believe that we shouldn't all work just to make a living. We should work to make a difference in people's lives. We believe that when you're successful in life, make sure that you reach back and pull someone else up so that they can be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor and be able to do something phenomenal with their life. Midwest has been successful because all of our employees work tirelessly to perfect their craft. And one recipe for success that we've had is my mom, my dad, and my wife actually work with me at Midwest. So I just want to give them thanks and just say thank you for all that they do on a daily basis. Life is short. And this year we had a tragic accident at Midwest just a few weeks ago. We actually had one of our employees, he fell off of a 3-story roof, fractured his leg, his hip, was put into a medically induced coma. And about 2 weeks ago, his mom called me and said that there's a 95% chance he's not going to make it. And the doctors are saying there's only less than a 1% chance that he's ever going to open his eyes again. They're bringing in a care team to take care of him, kind of like a hospice type situation. But what was inspiring to me through that process was that my employees all banded together. We had about 50 of us go up to that hospital and pray for that young man. They showed unbelievable support for him, raised money for him in the community, and did a ton of work for this young man. And I'm a man of faith. Last week, that young man sat up in his bed and said, "Get me out of here." And on his son's first birthday last Saturday, he took his first steps. He's making a full recovery. He's going to come back to work next spring for us. So my point of all that is just build that right culture in your business so that your company becomes a family. But also, just stop and smell the roses. Be thankful for everything that you have in life. We're all blessed as business owners here. We've been blessed extremely. So everybody, when we pass away, we all have 2 numbers on our gravestone. We have a dash that separates that. What will you do with that dash? Thank you.
Every year there's a speech or words from a business owner that never fails to move everybody in the room. And that certainly was one of those moments. And now for our third and final award of the program, we have another of last year's Rockford Regional winners to pass the torch. Please welcome Paul Iverson, owner of Iverson Painting, and a person I happily call a friend.
All right, well, here I am following a tall guy. Okay. All right, so I've been asked to share a couple of words about how the award has affected us and impacted us over the last year. Oh, I am Paul Iverson from Iverson Painting over in Rockford, and it was an honor to win the award. And over the last year, we've posted it on social media, we posted it on our webpage, and it has generated a lot of goodwill, and it's generated a lot of new leads, and we're very grateful for that. But I wanted to spend a moment and share with you an unexpected consequence from winning the award. So, like many of you in this room over the past several years, we've had a really tough time finding good quality people and achieving full staff. Several months ago, a gentleman called us and said that he was looking for work and wanted to know if we were hiring. Well, we were, and my operations manager asked him a few qualifying questions. Sounded good, so we brought him in for an interview. During the interview, we asked him, why are you leaving the job that you've been at for 10 years? And he said that the owner is retiring and closing the doors. So that sounds good. Then we asked him why he called us. And he said that he'd heard our name for many years, and when it came time to start looking for a job, he knew the kind of company that he wanted to work for. He explored other companies with, he talked to our vendors, found out about some other companies, and then he said he kept going back to us, and then he checked out our webpage, our social media, Google reviews, and he said we really sounded like the kind of company that he wanted to work for. And one of the things that he mentioned was the Torch Award and the fact that we are an ethical business that treat our clients with respect and dignity, and we treat our employees the same way. So that's worked out really well. He's been with us for over 3 months, and he's doing a great job, and I'm really excited about that. So, all right, now to the business at hand. This year's Rockford Region winner in the 50 to 99 employee category is WREX TV. Please give a warm welcome to the station's business administrator, Teresa Westland. Congratulations, Teresa.
Thank you very much from everyone at our station. We heard earlier how the ethical and moral actions of our employees is critical to a TV station, anyone in the broadcast industry. So I want to let you know that as I onboard our employees and we lead them through, for most of them, their first job out of college, we're laying the foundation for a strong, ethical, moral, truthful, serving career, because they're our next generation of people in the industry and in our communities. So I just want to say thank you, and we're going to keep holding that bar high.
I'd like to especially congratulate WREX TV. Back in 1971, I was a high school intern at that station when I began my broadcast career. And I am thrilled that they are doing such wonderful work in our community as they do today, as they were doing in 1971. We want to applaud all of our new winners and thank all of our wonderful sponsors for making the 2023 Torch Awards for Ethics a resounding success. Also, a big thank you to our live stream viewers for tuning in and for all the support you've shown the Chicago business community. We send you best wishes for a healthy and successful 2024. Steve?
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our 27th Annual Torch Awards. Thank you so much to the winners and to Jose Sanders, and we'll all see you next year. Thank you.